So you may have noticed recently I started a series on Meghan Markle's fans, the Sussex Squad, exposing them for their hateful conduct online, in particular their harassment and bullying. But when I see an article like this released today, well, you know what? I'm also going to report the other side as well, because whether you like them or not, when it comes to Hazza and Megxi, they should not ever be victims of racism. And what makes this even more scarier is that it was ex-police officers that actually wrote these racist messages against Hazza and Megxi. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more details in this Daily Nerd starting right now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, let's jump into this one, shall we? Because, yeah, like I said at the beginning, love them or hate them, when it comes to Megxi and Hazza, they should never, ever, ever be victims of racism whatsoever. They should not experience any racist behaviour. They should not experience any racist messages. It is out of the question, absolutely condemnable. And what's really scary about this one is that this is ex-police officers that were involved in this incident. So let's dig a little bit deeper into this. So 6 retired police officers have been charged with criminal offences in the UK over, quote, grossly offensive racist messages sent in a WhatsApp group for about 4 years between 2018 and 2022, a number of which have reportedly referenced Hazza and Megxi. Now, the Metropolitan Police have said that the men, all in their 60s, had each served time in the Diplomatic Protection Group. Now, this has been renamed as the Parliamentary and Diplomatic Protection Command. Pardon me, which deploys officers to protect government buildings, embassies, residences, so places like 10 Downing Street, the Palace of Westminster, where, you know, all our politicians debate and make laws and whatnot, and even the royal family. So we're not just talking about, you know, the bobby on the street, the police officer on the street here. No, we're talking the elite police officers that are committing these heinous acts of racism against Hazza and Megxi. It is insane. The group were arrested following an investigation that was prompted by an expose from BBC's Newsnight that was broadcast last year. Now, according to Newsnight, the offensive messages, which were sent after those charged had left the police force, referenced a number of subjects, including the UK government's controversial plans to send asylum seekers to Rwanda and the devastating flooding in Pakistan. It also reported that, quote, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex also featured in several images alongside racist language. Now, the exact content of the messages have yet to be revealed. But this is the thing, right? Whether you like Hazza and Megxi or not, and let's be real here, I ain't their freaking number one fan. That's for sure, okay? They should never, ever, ever be victims of racism. No one should. No one should. But here we're talking about Hazza and Megxi here, so I'm going to keep it a little bit more singular. They should never experience any racist messages, behaviour, just not in any form. Because racism to me is illogical. I do not get it. Why? Because it's all based on someone's skin colour? What? Why? Why? I don't get it. I don't care if you're black, white, blue, yellow, pink, orange, purple, the whole freaking rainbow. I don't care. We're all human at the end of the day. Why racism exists? I really, really cannot get my head around. Why someone can be disparaged, why someone can be insulted just because of the colour of their skin? Yeah, I think I miss a chip on this one in my brain because I do not get it. It does not make any goddamn logical sense whatsoever. It just doesn't. Now, it's not the first time that Hazza and Megxi have actually been subject of racist messages exchanged by police officers. Again, we're talking about the police here that's doing this. Last year, 2 officers from the same force, the Metropolitan Police, they've got a big major problem on their hands. Specifically here, the Forensic Services Department were fired after WhatsApp messages with a former colleague were investigated, including several of a racist nature. One sent at the time of Hazza and Meg's 2018 royal wedding. Now, this message contained a photograph meme of a specific toy. I ain't even going to say this word because to me it's racist in of itself. Google it. Warning, but Google it. It is one of the most racist caricatures in the UK that's ever been created. It is disgusting, guys. But the meme was sent with a caption, quote, a sneak preview at Meghan's wedding dress. I mean, why? Why? Why would anyone think that's funny? Why would anyone think that's clever to send? That is pure out and out racist. And again, whether you like Megsy or not, and I'll keep it 100 as ever, I ain't their number 1 fan. That's for sure. This cannot be tolerated. This needs to be condemned extremely strongly in every single way imaginable. No one, even Megsy and Hazza, should be subject to racism. No one, guys. And again, what makes this even scarier is that this is the police force that's doing it. A statement from the Metropolitan Police named the 6 ex-police officers who have been charged under the Communications Act of 2003, following the investigation into their racist messages. Now, they've been named. So Peter Booth, age 66, has been charged with 4 counts of sending by public communication grossly offensive racist messages. You've got Robert Lewis, age 62, with 8 counts. Anthony Elsom, age 67, with 3 counts. Alan Hall, age 65, with 3 counts. Michael Chadwell, age 62, with 1 count. And Trevor Luton, age 65, with 1 count. In the statement, Commander James Harmon, leader of the Metropolitan Police's Anti-Corruption and ABUSE Command, said of the outcome, quote, as soon as we were made aware of these allegations, we acted to launch an investigation. I'm pleased that following the determined work of officers, we've been able to secure these charges. And maybe, publicly thank the BBC's Newsnight as well, because without them, this would not have happened in the first place, which that kind of scares me as well a little bit, because it kind of gives me the impression that the Metropolitan Police really do not have a handle on the systemic problem they have at the moment within the police force. Google it, guys, because, oh my goodness, there have been officers from the Met Police that have been caught and charged with the most heinous crimes. Google Sarah Everard and Wayne Couzens. At your own risk, mind you, because that is horrific what Wayne Couzens did to Sarah Everard. But that's just one of many examples of the problem that the Met Police have at the moment. But the statement continues here. We are working relentlessly to rebuild the trust of the public, which has understandably been dented by a number of high-profile incidents and investigations in recent years. Pretty much what I've just alluded to, guys, which have involved officers or former officers. The honest majority of Met officers are fully behind this work. They're tired of being let down by a minority in policing, and they're aware of the damage poor behaviour can do to our relationship with the communities we serve. But the issue is this, right? When we get headlines like this and others that are absolutely disgusting when it comes to the conduct of ex-police officers or serving police officers from the Metropolitan Police, a lot of us in the UK, including myself, have the opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that this ain't the minority. Actually, I think this is like scratching the surface. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what we're finding out at the moment in terms of the absolutely reprehensible conduct of the Metropolitan Police. And that's probably putting it lightly, guys. He then says, I recognise announcements about the outcome of our investigations may have the potential to cause further public concern. May? Oh, it is. But I hope it demonstrates our absolute commitment to investigate any corrupt and abusive behaviour from the Met. I hope the public will recognise that we are determined to take the necessary measures to investigate any wrongdoing wherever we find it. Now, this is a thing, right? You got to applaud them for at least doing this. Fine. Okay. But this ain't ending, guys. This is not a one-off. As it was reported in that Newsweek article only last year, there were 2 officers from the same force, Metropolitan Police force, that were sacked because of racist messages and done for it, involving Hazard and Megxie. So I gotta wonder here, well, this ain't the first time, it's the second time, but you know what? Have there been more times? Have there been more officers from the Metropolitan Police, serving or retired, that have been involved in racist messages involving Hazard and Megxie? I think that is a legitimate question to be asking here. And with everything that is coming out about the Metropolitan Police, month after month, year after year, for me, I think it's a case of, do you know what? Raise it to ground. Raise the whole thing to ground. Disband the Metropolitan Police in its entirety. Start again. I think the whole thing is corrupt from bottom to top, guys. From bottom to top. And like I said, whether you like Hazard and Megxie or not, and again, I ain't their number one fan. I think that's quite obvious to see. Racist messages, racist behaviour in all forms against Hazard and Megxie is unacceptable and should be condemned. And as I have been recently highlighting the hateful conduct online by Meghan Markle's fans, the Sussex Squad, for their harassment and bullying, so too, should it be fair, to highlight when it actually is being done towards them, Megxie and Hazard. Because guess what? Contrary to popular opinion, I do have integrity. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alternate tribe. I'll be honest with you, help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories and whatevers. Also as well, if you've got some very strong opinions about this, and you probably do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.